Yo, what's up guys? So today we're going to learn how to do that transition that you just saw Bleacher Report use in their Daishen video. And it's actually a little bit more simple than you probably think. First, what you want to have is two scenes selected like this in your timeline, where it's just like an action shot. It really can be anything, a close-up on their face, just something that represents a player. And the second shot is you want to have a shoe showing. Like here, prefer the larger the better. Right here, this isn't bad. You don't want it to be too small because then it won't look as cool. But all you want to do is, using the right arrow key, left or right arrow key, you want to find the first frame of this second scene right here. So now that we found the first frame, we're going to go up here to edit, select add freeze frame, and all that does is give us a freeze frame like this. And it keeps going. So a freeze frame is really just a picture. And we're going to zoom in a little bit using Command plus. And I'm going to actually zoom in a little bit more. And I'm going to drag my time head to about right here when the scenes split. And using the left arrow key, I'm going to go back about 25 to 30 frames. So you can decide anywhere between there. So I decided to go back about 28 frames, and I'm just gonna drag this to meet the time head right there. Move it back a little bit, right there. And then with this freeze frame still selected, I'm gonna drag the time head to where the scenes split like this, and I'm just gonna press Command B. And all it does is cut wherever the time head is at. So now I'm gonna delete this second clip, because we don't need that, and we have something that looks like this, which actually looks exactly the same as what we just had. Now we're going to get into kind of like changing things around. So we'll go over here to the Effects tab, find Mask, drag the Draw Mask onto the freeze frame like this, and I'm actually going to zoom in. Anytime you do Draw Mask, I would recommend you zoom in as much as you can, or as much as reasonable. And it's just going to allow you to get a cleaner cut of the mask. So those of you who haven't used Final Cut too often, a draw mask is really just whenever you add pinpoints like this around the subject that you want to single out. So obviously right now is the shoe. I'm just going to go around like this, try to make it as close as possible. This may happen to you. Personally, I'm going to decide to leave this out. You can include it in your draw mask. Really not too big of a deal, but I'm just going to go around like this until I reach my first pinpoint again. Okay, so now I have my draw mask selected of the shoe, and it's going to look like this now. So actually it's really just the same thing, but we just got rid of everything else in the picture that we didn't want, and we singled out the shoe. I'm going to make these draw mask points invisible because I don't really need to see them anymore, like this. And like I said, we have something that looks like this. Now we're going to make the shoe disappear just for a second. So first what you want to do is you want to make the time head be even with the first frame of your freeze frame, which is now masked out with the shoe. And you want to go over here to transform, and you want to select positions right here. And this is a major key. You want to add a freeze frame. So you want to click this button right here, which makes it like a yellow, orange is yellow, and you're going to drag the Y's. Well, I'm going to drag the Y's down because my shoe is kind of in the top. If your shoe, this could change for you depending on where your shoe is at, but mine was at the top, so I'm going to drag it down to the bottom. And I'm going to find the last frame, which is right here, And I'm just going to go back to the Y's. I'm going to click it and I'm going to press 0, enter. And that brings the shoe to its original spot. And then it will just finish out like this. So now we have something that kind of looks like this. Pretty cool. But I think we can add a little bit more to it and it'll look a lot better. So by doing that, I'm going to find the first frame again, which is right here. And then I'm going to keep going using the right arrow key until a good amount of the shoe is showing. So I would say that's good right there. And I'm going to go up here to the colors. I'm going to select color board. And then going to go to add a keyframe. And then as you can see, it's yellow. And I'm just gonna play around with it. You don't have to do the same colors I did. I'm just gonna maybe bring this up here, go for like a darker type. And I can go to like exposure, can bring this down. As you can see, we're just changing the color of the shoe completely. And then I'm gonna go about, say 1, 2, 3 frames. I'm going to completely change it to something totally different. So drag it over here to yellow, bring my exposure up, maybe not that far, about right there. Go back to my color. I'm just going to make it yellow like this. Kind of extreme, but I think it's going to look cool at the end result. So I'm going to go back over here, go 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. Gonna choose a totally different color, so maybe something more like a reddish, like this. Yeah. I'm gonna leave the exposures at about there, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 more frames, and I'm gonna go to my saturation and just play around with it. Go here, maybe here, here. As you can see, I'm really just doing random things, which is what you should do as well, whatever you feel looks the best. Go back to my colors, drag this. We were just yellow, so who knows? That looks kind of cool. Here, and that's good right here. And then now, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will probably be the last one I do. Is I'm just gonna make it totally different again. So green, perfect. Just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll do one more. Drag it to about right here. Oh, that looks too much like the real shoe. There we go. And then have that one finish it out. So now we should have something that looks like this.